Hi guys, Scuffy Spurs Talk here, back with another video. In today's video I'll be telling you some important information for our travelling away fans to Slovenia for the NS Mura game tomorrow evening. So please stay watching until the very end for me to cover all this important news if you are travelling to that game. Please smash that subscribe button if you're new for Spurs content 24/7 because I'll be uploading daily during this busy Christmas period and busy transfer window. So I'll have it all covered. You have it all covered with me. So sit back in the best seat in the house. You have it all covered with Scuffy Spurs Talk. Let's crack into today's video though, because it is important. So, important information for fans travelling to Slovenia for the game against NS Mura. Supporters travelling to Slovenia for our UEFA Conference League group stage match against NS Mura on Thursday the 25th of November, which is tomorrow, are advised to take note of the following important information. Quick reminder though guys, it is a 6:45 local time kickoff game, but in the UK it's a 5:45 kickoff time tomorrow night. Firstly, starting with travel advice. Supporters are strongly advised to familiarise themselves with the UK government's advice from travelling to Slovenia, which includes COVID-19 related requirements of entry and of return to UK. Supporters travelling via other countries such as Australia or Croatia should familiarise themselves with the UK government's advice for travelling to and those other countries. Proof of vaccination status and negative test result. UK nationals can enter Slovenia providing they are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 or can provide the proof of the following: a negative PCR test result not older than 72 hours, negative rapid test result, again this time not older than 48 months. Please note this will not include an NHS lateral flow test, positive PCR test that is older than 10 days but not older than 6 months, confirming that the traveller has had COVID-19 and not more than 6 months have passed since the first symptom. Digital passenger locator form. Anyone entering Slovenia via an airport or ferry terminal will be required to complete a digital passenger locator form 24 hours before arrival in Slovenia. On completion of the form, passengers will receive a QR code which must be shown to border police on entry. A digital passenger locator form can be found on the Spurs app. Supporters entering Slovenia by land are not required to complete this form. Supporters are strongly advised to have printed copies of their NHS COVID pass and digital passenger locator form to save time at their border and allow for increased time for checks to take place during your stay. Now, new COVID-19 measures took effect in Slovenia on the 8th of November. Full details on measures can be found on the Spurs app, and supporters should be aware of the following. Sergio or FFP2 type masks are mandatory in all enclosed public spaces, on public transport, in open places and outside where a distance of 1.5 metres cannot be maintained, just 1.5 metres. Fabric masks are no longer permitted. All visitors to public venues and services such as shops, restaurants, bars and public transport are required to be fully vaccinated, have a negative COVID-19 test or have evidence of recovery from COVID-19 in the last 180 days. Evidence that supporters meet one of these requirements alongside valid photographic identification will be requested before accessing the service. Negative PCR test results are valid for 72 hours from the time the test was taken, and negative rapid antigen test results are valid for 48 hours from the time the test was taken. Supporters requiring a test while in Melbourne can find information also on the Spurs app. Public sports events including NS Mura versus Spurs are only allowed where fixed seating is provided and where each other seat can be left vacant. The use of the FFP2 face mask is mandatory in all participations. Must show proof of their COVID-19 status and valid ID as per other public venues. Restaurants and bars can only open between 5 a.m. in the morning and 10 p.m. at night, and can only provide table service indoor and outdoors. Nightclubs, bars and restaurants offering entertainment such as music or dance are not allowed to open. Repeat, not allowed to open. All other public events, public gatherings and celebrations are temporarily prohibited and are only allowed for groups of people who are immediate family members or share the same household. Supporters are strongly advised to have valid travel insurance for their stay in Slovenia. Returning to the UK, vaccinated individuals. Fully vaccinated individuals must arrange for a COVID-19 test to be taken on or before the second day of arrival in England. This can be a PCR or rapid lateral flow test and must be booked in time for the test to be delivered to you in the UK. Guidance on booking a sustainable test can also be found on the Spurs website, on the Spurs official app. Supporters must also complete a passenger locator form in the 48 hours prior to arriving in England. The form requires a code generated upon booking your return COVID-19 test. Fully vaccinated individuals do not need to self-isolate on arrival in the UK. I repeat, fully vaccinated individuals do not need to self-isolate on arrival in the UK. Some airlines may require confirmation of necessary documents such as proof of COVID-19 status and passenger locator forms before issuing boarding passes. Supporters are advised to allow extra time to the airport to account for increased processing times and to have printed copies of documents to reduce time spent at borders, so arrive early at airports to get all these documents sorted. Unvaccinated individuals. Prior to arrival in England, unvaccinated individuals must take a COVID-19 test in the 3 days before travelling to England. Book and pay for day 2 and day 8 PCR tests to be taken after arrival. Complete a passenger locator form in the 48 hours before arriving to England. When arriving in England, unvaccinated individuals must quarantine at home or in another location for 10 full days. Take the PCR test booked prior to travelling. Visas and passports. Supporters travelling to Slovenia for this match and returning within 90 days will not require a visa. Supporters are reminded to check their passport is less than 10 years old and is valid for at least 6 months before travelling. Supporters can check whether their passport is valid for travel also on the Spurs app. Recommendation area for supporters. Supporters are advised to visit the Grassy Tree Square on the day of the match. The square is a 10 to 15 minute walk from the stadium. Bars and restaurants in the area will be open until 10 p.m, where they are required to close by a law due to COVID-19 restrictions that, as I said earlier on in the video, were put in place on the 8th of November. At the stadium in Slovenia, NS Mura Stadium, the stadium will open at 5:15 p.m, and the visitors section is accessed via turnstile 7. On arrival, supporters should check all of these listed things that I listed in the video. And also, finally, food and drink. Due to local COVID-19 restrictions, no food or drink will be available to purchase. NS Mura staff will make water available to any supporters requiring it, and it's the same with alcohol. No alcohol will be available at the match. Bag policy. Small bags are allowed into the stadium providing they are no larger than 30 centimetres in length, 21 centimetres in width and 10 centimetres in depth. There is no storage facility for larger bags. It's similar at our stadium, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Flags and banners. Flags and banners no larger than 2 metres times 1.5 metres and without poles are permitted, providing they do not contain any offensive, discriminatory or political content or feature advertising. Flags will be checked by local stewards before its emission. Tottenham Hotspur stewards will be on hand to support if necessary. So yeah, just take your team's just take flags. Prohibited items. These following will not be allowed into the stadium: animals, bottles, cans, drones, drugs, fireworks, food, glassware, helmets, megaphones, professional photography equipment, weapons. Spurs respects. We are proud of our superb and loyal support home and away. We all have a responsibility to act as ambassadors of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and act as considerate visitors to those who live and work in cities and countries we visit. Please respect local customs and traditions by not placing flags or banners on local statues or momentum. Please respect local COVID-19 measures and wear face covering at all times when on public transport. We recognise that most supporters want to watch a football match and not to listen to abusive language from the stands. Discriminatory behaviour, which includes shouting, chanting, or actions such as racist, homophobic, sexist, or anti-disability behaviour is unacceptable. If you witness incidents like this, please immediately notify a steward. We wish our supporters a safe and enjoyable trip and look forward to seeing you cheer on the team in Europe. Come on, you Spurs. So that was the information. If you still have any concerns, head over to the Spurs official app and scroll down to the information for travelling fans to NS Mura. I hope I answered all your concerns about if you're travelling to the game against NS Mura. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please smash the subscribe button if you're new for Spurs content 24/7, because I'll be uploading daily in this busy Christmas period and busy January transfer window. So that's 2 months of daily uploads with Scuffy Spurs still, just a Christmas treat for you all. You have it all covered with me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope we win, and I hope you enjoyed the game, whether you're watching it or travelling to the game. Thank you, and as always, come on you Spurs.